Hello, how are you? I'm not so good myself. I've got to have a tooth out today, and I'm not entirely happy about it. As you can imagine, teeth. I've had the same teeth since they grew in, except one grew in, obviously it grew in bad, and I've had a filling in it since I was a very small child. But, yes, since before lockdown, it started hurting just before lockdown, and I couldn't see a dentist. It was just not actually the tooth, it was the gum, and I didn't know what was happening. So I was worried about it, and it's been really bad for the last 2 years. But, I thought I was treating it, and the gum started to get better actually a couple of weeks ago. And then I bit into a corn cake, just a normal corn cake, a round, made of corn cake, and it chipped. It sort of broke. I could feel it breaking all the way through. And because I wasn't registered with the dentist, and I couldn't get any NHS dentist when I tried to find some. I'm like, my tooth's broken, can you help treat it? I'd already actually tried a little while before when the gum had started acting up, but nobody would respond. But finally, I got somebody to respond, but there's no NHS dentist, so I'm having to pay for it. So I went there, and they said that it can't be saved. It's chipped all the way down. All the way down. So yeah, they showed me the x-ray. I'm not sure what I was looking at, but I could see that it was definitely chipped. And so I've got a filling as well. I've got to have a filling and a tooth removed. So I'm not going to be able to open my mouth quite as wide. It's just you can't. It's that and there, so you can see that. So it's still there at the moment. It's got a filling in it. It's got a hole in it. It's got a crack in it. The gum's feeling pretty good. They did say that it had probably been acting up for a while. I'm like, yes, I know that. I do know that. Anyway, so in about 2 hours' time, that tooth won't be there, and I'm very sad. Don't know what to do. See, at the front, my teeth don't. There was some talk when I was very young of me getting a brace because they're not quite fitting. So maybe, apparently, your teeth migrate if there is not a tooth there. So I'm hoping that they sort of move across a little bit. They're not going to fill the gap, obviously, because there's a whole tooth gap, but they might. And then I don't know what to do because it's like £2,000 for a tooth implant, which is a lot of money. And I'm not sure that actually covers the crown. That's just they put titanium in your jaw, screw it in, which sounds a bit scary as well. And then they put a crown over it, and you have to have it fitted, and it takes ages and ages, and it costs loads of money. So I don't know what to do. What the dentist did say, maybe you won't miss it. And people that I know that have teeth missing, say that that's fine at the back. But I can't go like this anymore. See, you can see it. You can see it. You can see where it is. That's filling. And I've always been conscious of that. But now there'll just be a gap there. So I suppose it'll look the same as the filling because it's just a sort of dark space. But I can't do that anymore. I can do that way. And then, so I'll have to go. And that's fine. It looks like no teeth missing there. But this side, I mean, it's already ugly. But I was hoping I'd get a nice white filling, but no. Anyway, the receptionist, they've put my appointment forward. The receptionist says I can keep the tooth, or the bits of the tooth, or whatever comes out of there. So I'm not sure. It's probably going to be hideous, like a sort of mangled mess. But maybe I'll show it you. Who knows? Hello, I've just had it done. My mouth is numb. It's not too bad. You can't really see it here, look. You can see it if I open my mouth, obviously, because I've got a great big gap there. But it had to be done. When she was taking it out, it cracked. It broke completely. And then she showed it me afterwards. She said, it's all the way down to the root. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And then it was infected. It was pretty bad. It was a bad tooth. It was a genuinely bad tooth. Until I'm... Oh. So maybe if I keep sliding on this side of the mouth, then you'll never see it. Except because I can't open my mouth at the moment. Hopefully I'll be able to talk. You can't see it. I also had a filling at the top, and that was more traumatic because there's a lot of drilling, whereas there was so much at the bottom I couldn't feel a thing really. It's like you'll hear a noise. I'm like, it's gone, is it? All right, fine. And then obviously she had to clean what was left. Now I've looked into getting implants, and they're going to cost a lot, so I'm not sure whether it's worth it. I'm hoping that my mouth survives and it goes back to normal, but I can't eat anything for at least 5 hours. And then after that, so I've got some nice coconut yogurt and stuff to eat for the rest of the day. It's not too bad. Actually, that's not too bad. You can't really see it, can you? And that's like a... Yeah, I can live with that until I decide whether I'm going to do something else. As long as the numbness goes away, obviously. Oh my goodness me. So that was traumatic, but it's done with now. And I've got to go back for a cleaning, but not for a couple of weeks until my mouth is slightly recovered. So I've just got to not even rinse my mouth with water for the next day. Really? So I don't know what I'm going to do, but can't even tell anything happened. So not as bad as I feared. To be honest, I'm going to think about what happens next, but it's not as bad as I feared, so that's all right. All right then. Now I'm going to have a little sit down and hope my mouth gets better. Bye.